Hi, Madam Dunbar. It's 4:50 a.m. It's December 27th. I was just reading the news and I found out Gerald Ford died. I figured I owed him a eulogy. So, was there anyone worse than Nixon? That's a hard question. If Nixon had been given free rein in some despotic, shitty little country, then who knows what treachery, torture, mayhem, and sheer twisted criminality he would have gotten up to. He could have embarrassed Idi Amin or Augusto Pinochet. Who knows what levels of depravity he would have worn as comfortably and proudly as a lifer wears jailhouse denims. We simply have no answers, however, because Nixon was a product of the American system. A system that can be so base and foul that every generation seems to flush out a David Duke, a Strom Thurmond, a Tom DeLay, and yes, even a Gerald Ford. But Nixon was truly America. America run amok. America at maybe its lowest ebb, if not all time, then at the very least a stinking, poisonous red tide of rotten ambition, duty, and honor. If there were a more venal, arrogant, or truly nasty son of a bitch ever sitting in the White House, well, I don't have a hard time finding one right now, as all I need to do is look no further than its current occupant. But that's another story. And it's not one for bedtime, kiddies, or any other time, except for the day when we are finally ready to march under a black flag and say, no more to these evil, grasping power mongers who live to hate, destroy, and mutilate humanity. Men like Nixon, men like Bush, bastards cut from the same cloth of arrogance and infamy. But for all the perversion, subversion, and abuse of power that Nixon reveled in as a pig revels in the wallow, or as a minister revels in ignorance, at least he was honest. We knew that Nixon was a son of a bitch. He made no apologies for it. He was America's, and there's nobody to blame. Except our parents, who got exactly what they deserved when they voted for Nixon. In a way, he was more human than monster, as he knew and accepted that he was a criminal from birth, and that he had some sort of genetic defect that twisted him so badly, he thought he might actually take a run for the highest office in the land, just to see if P.T. Barnum was right. So you may be thinking, what does this have to do with Gerald Ford? Well, the two are linked forever with a chain that can never be broken. Not with a million hammers, not with a million torches, not with a million pardons. So that begs a question. What's worse than a power-mad son of a bitch who hated everyone who disagreed with him and destroyed anyone who stood in his path? The true bastards on this planet are always the quiet, greedy, slippery, slime-covered creatures that crawl through the dark. They are the ones who never speak when speech is needed, and they're always the first to shout when quiet is mandatory. They are the sycophants, the toadies, the courtiers. Gerald Ford. I don't buy into this remaking the man into some kindly old befuddled grandfather type who was put into a bad situation. Gerald Ford is burning in hell right now, and Nixon is ordering him to get a beer. This is a man who pardoned a president who is so manifestly corrupt and twisted that, in the words of the good doctor, he had to screw his pants on every morning. The one inescapable fact of Gerald Ford's life was that he freed a criminal, and he crucified the rule of law in doing so. Seems we never learn.